Either you was big and got small, or you was
Yeah,
small
it's
and
in
got
whose
big.
upcoming book? Austin is our co-host. Don't forget, watch Politics Nation with Al Sharpton live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturdays and Sundays on MSNBC. And of course, you can come to the Saturday rally if you're in the tri-state area in Harlem at the House of Justice, 145th Street and Lenox Avenue in the village of Harlem, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. I'll be looking for you there. If not in the tri-state area, you can Impact Television, which is Black-owned national Black gospel network. Or you can watch it on www.nationalactionnetwork.net. Our live stream. Sign up, get all the info on the March, August 28th. Go to www.nationalactionnetwork.net and say, I want the info on the march on Wall Street, how I can be helpful. And sign up, and we'll get right to you. Every Friday, I'm updating and giving new messages. Make sure you're a part of it. If you can't sign up online, call the toll-free number 1-877-626-4651. Jenny, let's go to Todd. It's policy day. Todd, you're keeping it real with Sharpton and Jones Austin.
Hey, Reverend Al Sharpton, Jennifer Jones Austin. So I wasn't clear on the question that you posed about black music. I heard you say name three, but it wasn't clear to me if you were saying three artists that you just happen to admire or three artists that you happen to find to be heroes. So I'm not clear on the
Three,
question on front.
three, three artists that you think are worthy of regard, respect from a historic perspective. If you were doing a overview of black music history, what would be the three artists that you think were the consequential? It may be 10, but your top three that you think were consequential to black music history.
Okay. In the interest of time, Max Roach did a compilation album in 1960 called We Insist. Are you hip to this album? Abby
No.
Lincoln sang on it. Max Roach, the drummer, did an album called We Insist. It's also known as Max Roach's Freedom Suite. And
Okay.
I
I'm
learned,
familiar with that.
yep, the actual title is We Insist. But there's a track on that album called Tears for Johannesburg. And in '78, I'm in elementary school. And I just happened to be in my grandmother's house living room listening to it. And she was the one that explained to me what Johannesburg was and why that song was significant and what was going on with our people in Johannesburg. And that's where I learned that that's the first time I heard the name Nelson Mandela from her as a result of me asking about that song. Fear of a Black Planet, Public Enemy. Not the most common songs that everybody sings about, but Who Stole the Soul? There's some words in there you can't say out in public, but Who Stole the Soul? It really spells out that you need to pay attention to everybody who you think is down on your team or should be. And then All in All album, Earth, Wind, and Fire, no doubt I write the songs, but that wasn't a song that was made as much as it was meant for the struggle of the black population. But it's a love song that explains the necessities and the importance of having love and expressing love, and this can apply to your people too. And it's just an all in all type album, all in all. All right, so I got a question about this comments these comments that Elon Musk was talking about
Yeah,
in
I
reference to.
want to break in here on that because it just flashed across my screen that Elon Musk, Jenny, I don't know if this is where you were going, Todd. Elon Musk has just tweeted, and I'm reading the tweet, and I verified it. It is from Elon Musk. That time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT, from Elon Musk. So
Oh
this,
my
yeah,
goodness.
I mean, they're going. The NBC people are going bananas over there. I mean, he is now implying, he being Elon Musk, uh, allegedly the richest man in the world, who put up $200 million for Donald Trump to be in, is saying now that Trump was in the Epstein files, and Epstein was the one that had all these orgies and everything else in this hidden island, went to jail for it, and allegedly killed himself in jail. And according to Elon Musk, Trump's
My God.
ace Boone Coon until about 2 days ago, he's in the Epstein files. Now, in fairness to Trump, it doesn't say he's in there doing what. But if he's hiding the files, it would be reasonable to think he was doing something he didn't want out. I can guarantee you they wasn't going to church on that island.
Most likely true. But let the facts come out so that the facts can be that which is what is conveyed the most. Though this bill.
Wait, but Todd, you got to appreciate here. The facts may not come out. That's the very point. That Trump is Elon Musk is alleging that Trump is not allowing the files to be released because he's named in them. So we don't know what is fact.
That's true.
We may not know.
That's why I say let the facts be conveyed. So in order for the public to actually know something other than what somebody's conveying might be going on. I do want to ask if the two of you have spent any time with this. These tax cuts that are being given to the financial hierarchy that are part of this HR 119-1 bill, and that the Senate is arguing over, and that Musk is claiming will drive the public debt up. These tax cuts, have you looked at it, and do you have any knowledge that other higher end corporate citizens have financially rich corporate citizens have addressed that? This is what I would do if I got this tax cut in order to help the common good, or that they were ever even consulted to ask what they're going to do with their tax cuts if they get it to help out the common good, including Musk. Now, Musk is saying it'll drive the country debt up, but Musk hasn't said anything that I've read so far where he says, well, this will benefit me, and this is what I would do for it with it as it benefits me, but I don't think it's a good idea for it to benefit me this way because of this. Any details from any rich people, any major corporate executives, any of that give support to this bill and say why it's a good idea for the economy?
So the one thing I'll share is I have not heard any wealthy individuals or corporations talk about turning around the money, and then if they were to get the benefit and then utilizing it for the benefit of the masses. I personally haven't heard that. What I have heard from individuals who are high income, high net worth individuals who don't feel that this tax cut is the right thing to do is doing something, taking the whatever benefits they would derive from it and then pouring it back into communities and community-based organizations. I'll use a very small example, but something I was proud of as a mother. When my daughter was in grad school and it was during COVID, she'd worked the summer before. When the economic stimulus check came out, she got a check. She was living at home at the time. She looked at us and she said, I don't need this check. So she donated it to a domestic violence shelter for the benefit of women who are victims of domestic violence. You don't hear so much of that. Typically, when you have people even at higher end get a tax benefit, they turn around and they use it to actually build more wealth. And that's part of the concern here. But remember, Musk isn't concerned about this because he's concerned about people who are going to struggle and suffer all the more from these tax cuts. He's concerned about, the grade of America when it comes to, the S&P and how that's going to affect our credit ratings and how that affects international trade and foreign affairs and governments doing business with America. And he's also concerned about how this is going to hit people who need to buy his cars and the like. That he ain't concerned about whether or not they're going to suffer.
The people that voted on it, Congress people that voted on it and voted for it, I haven't read or heard from one that made a strong case for why they voted for this particular part of this particular bill that is much larger than what it should be with too many components. I haven't heard them talk about this particular part of it as far as making a case for it. And it, to me, this appears to be something there where there should have been some serious consulting with the people that would have benefited the most for it, with it, from it, and what they would do with it before they voted on pushing it forward. And I know the information has to be out there somewhere that they consulted with somebody and they said, yeah, it'll work for me and my company, and this is what we're going to do with it. That's how good government's supposed to work. But I'm not aware, and I haven't read it all the way through, and I know that's not going to be in there anyway. But I haven't read it all the way through. I'm not convinced that this is going to benefit the public very well at all. And Musk might be talking right this time that this is a bad idea. You better stop it in the Senate.
We will know in a matter of days. That's for sure.
That is for sure. That is for sure. And it should be pushed to the senators that are voting on this. You better have somebody to speak up in corporate America to say what they're going to do with this money that you claim is going to be done to help benefit the economy. Because if they don't tell you it will, you better not vote for it.
All right. I hear the music. We're going to have to go. Let me thank Attorney Jennifer Jones Austin. Let me thank all of you that called in, listened in, you that called in and couldn't get through, but hung in there anyhow. Remember, whatever you do, wherever you go, however you feel, tell somebody, tell anybody, tell everybody. Reverend Al told you personally, keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. I'll talk to you tomorrow.